is $421 million in debt. According to the Times, Trump has not paid any income taxes at all in 10 of the previous 15 years. And, spoiler alert, the first year in the White House, he apparently only paid $750 in federal income taxes. That's $750, just like a 128 gig iPhone 11. Comparatively, his predecessor, President Barack Obama, paid about $1.8 million in taxes in his first year in office. It's as if he's lying to the public, seemingly conning them into thinking he's something bigger than he is, someone else entirely, like when he posed as his own publicist frequently throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s to brag about himself to the public.
How would you like to help local businesses and get compensated very well, all without ever leaving?
He treated his wife well, and he will treat Mama well. He's somebody that has a lot of options, and frankly, he gets called by everybody. He gets called by everybody in the book in terms of women.
And then he went on to use his name recognition for a brutal New York City case. In 1989, when 5 young Black and Latino teens were accused of beating and raping a woman in Central Park, Donald was the loudest voice in opposition of the young boys. Donald took out a full-page ad in 4 newspapers, including the New York Times, calling for the execution of the now innocent Central Park 5. In all caps, the ads read, "Bring back the death penalty. Bring back our police."
We don't know who did that crime, and the court's going to decide who did that crime. Were you prejudging those arrested?
No, I'm not prejudging at all. I'm not in this particular case. I'm saying if they're found guilty, if the woman died, which she hopefully will not be dying, but if the woman died, I think they should be executed. I think you should have the death penalty.
Donald, to this day, has refused to apologize for his calls to execute the innocent teenagers. In 1992, Donald and Ivana divorced after he cheated on her with Marla Maples, who he later married in 1993. Donald and Ivana settled for $14 million, a deal she took because her team worried Donald was going bankrupt. That same year, Maples gave birth to Donald's second and final daughter, Tiffany Trump.
She's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
In the aftermath of the divorce, Ivana claimed, under oath, Donald raped her. The incident, which was detailed in Ivana's deposition, was confirmed by 2 of her friends. Later, Ivana walked back her claim without denying it, saying she didn't mean that Trump raped her in a literal or criminal sense. This wouldn't be Donald's last rape accusation. In the mid-90s, E. Jean Carroll, a writer and former Miss Cheerleader USA, claimed Donald raped her in a department store dressing room. Donald responded to the allegation by saying, "She's not my type," which led many people to believe there is a type of woman he would rape. Over the next decades, Donald was accused of rape, sexual assault, and sexual harassment by at least 26 women.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the
From 1996 to 2015, Trump owned the Miss Universe franchise, where his locker room behavior continued. He and Howard Stern chopped it up about predatory behavior frequently.
Some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And,
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that.
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it.
Donald also seemed to agree with Stern that his own daughter was, well, I'll let him say it.
My daughter is beautiful, Ivanka.
By the way, your daughter,
she's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first time he seemingly hit on his own daughter.
Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick. Yeah.
All this while seemingly being good friends with now deceased convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, who, according to one report, was a member of Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort until October of 2007.
Footage from 1992 found in the NBC archives shows the future president welcoming Jeffrey Epstein to his Mar-a-Lago estate. The get-together more than a decade before Epstein pleaded guilty to prostitution charges in Florida.
In 1999, Donald ran for president at his good friend Roger Stone's request. He ran on quite the ticket, too.
You have a vice presidential candidate in mind?
Well, I really haven't gotten quite there yet. I guess
it's just
Oprah. I love Oprah. Oprah would always be my first choice.
Stone helped pave the way for a George W. Bush presidency by imploding an entire party. Stone urged Pat Buchanan to run as a Reform Party candidate and then enlisted Donald to join the race and sabotage Buchanan's chances to ensure that a third-party candidate wouldn't cost Bush the election.
Well, Mr. Trump has said he'll make a decision at the end of February. He has formed a presidential exploratory committee. He has changed his registration to the Independence Party of New York, which is the Reform Party affiliate.
Donald eventually dropped out. Around the time of his run, his marriage was crumbling. Maples and Donald officially divorced in 1999, but he was never really single. A year earlier, in 1998, Donald met Slovenian model Melania Naus at a party. They married a few years later.
We were both at the same party, and that's how we met. He came to me.
away?
I went crazy. I said, I was actually supposed to meet somebody else.
In 2004, Donald lost 2 Teen Choice Awards to Ashton Kutcher. Around the same time he began hosting the TV show The Apprentice, he launched Trump University, but it was only in operation for 5 years because, as NBC notes, students alleged the university used false advertising and high-pressure sales techniques to lure them to free investor workshops at which they were sold expensive seminars and told they would be mentored by real estate gurus, leading to the loss of thousands of dollars in tuition.
At Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about, success. It's going to happen to you.
According to the sworn testimony by former Trump University employees, many instructors and mentors had no experience buying or selling real estate. It's reported one instructor was a salesman for Lowe's and another a manager for Buffalo Wild Wings. A former member of Trump's sales staff said the university was a joke. It was a facade, a total lie, and that it was just selling false hopes and lies. Trump faced a class action lawsuit and was ordered to pay $25 million. The USA Today report found that Donald and his businesses have been involved in at least 3,500 legal actions in federal and state courts over the past 3 decades. In 2006, Melania gave birth to their son Barron. 4 months after the arrival of his new son, Donald allegedly had an affair with adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Later, Donald allegedly paid Daniels $130,000 in hush money. In 2011, 3 years into Obama's first term, Trump was a leading proponent of the birther conspiracy theory. It was a racist conspiracy theory that alleged America's first black president wasn't born in the United States, which, if true, would be unconstitutional.
I would like to have him show his birth certificate. And can I be honest with you? I hope he can. Because if he can't, and if he wasn't born in this country, which is a real possibility, I'm not saying it happened, I'm saying it's a real possibility, much greater than I thought 2 or 3 weeks ago, then he has pulled one of the great cons in the history of politics.
In response, Obama released his long-form birth certificate. On June 16th, 2015, Donald took a famous ride down his gold-plated escalator at New York's Trump Tower. His rise to the presidency started with a descent, an apt metaphor for what the future would definitely hold. Fast forward to 2020, and much of what defines Trump, his hallmark, is veneer, be it the gold-plated decor, his net worth, or his orange spray tan. When you scratch under the surface, you find a decrepit mess hiding behind a thin shield. It's just unclear if the American public is ready to admit the truth hiding underneath Trump's wispy coif.
This is